Our focus is on people, always has been, always will be. We put our region, the mighty East Coast, but here in particular in the Eastern Bay of Plenty, at the heart of all of our decisions. We're focused on investing in our people, our tradespeople, the engine room of our community, particularly in our rebuild. We're not like the last lot where they want to make cuts and lead us into make a whole heap of promises, but actually their budget is all based around austerity. We're saying, actually, no, now is the time to stimulate the economy, make sure our community is strong, make sure that we're investing in those people that are going to make our community stronger. And unlike the last lot, they're in a state of shambles. I think people have seen that we are steady, we're reliable, and we can do the task of governing this country, particularly in rebuilding from a crisis.
What's your key message to voters?
Where to start? Where to start? No, okay. So basically, we have a strong and very focused team, which is about rebuilding from a crisis that COVID has created. It's about focusing on the plan. The plan is about rebuilding New Zealand's economy. It is about focusing on jobs. It's investing in our people. It is about looking at that long-term sustainable type of economy we need right here in the Eastern Bay of Plenty. We are a very strong unit. We are a strong team. We've shown that we have the capacity to deliver despite adversity. Here in Whakatane, we've seen that firsthand with the impacts of whakaari, followed directly thereafter with COVID. We have a track record of being able to deliver, and at the moment you've got a lot of infighting. You've got a leader that's off making your own policies. You've got a finance spokesperson who can't add up his sums. So, look, I think that people trust our track record of just being able to deliver on the plan that we've said we will.
Which political party leader do you admire most, other than your own?
Currently?
Yeah.
I think that James Shaw and Martin Davidson have done exceptionally well as a unit, and I also, controversially, think that David Seymour, for his commitment to his party and rebuilding their brand, he's done well as well.
And where do you stand on the euthanasia and cannabis referendums?
Euthanasia, both of these, I will admit, have been quite tricky for me, but I've made my decision and cast my vote now. So on euthanasia, I was very concerned during the evolution of the bill about making sure we had the right belts and braces to ensure that any vulnerable people could not be exploited. I am now satisfied that the amendments that were made through the lawmaking process, essentially, of the bill that we have been asked to vote on does have those belts and braces in place. So I'm a yes, that people have the right to choose, and it's certainly not something that we would impose upon anybody. And in saying that, right alongside, so I think that palliative care is exceptionally important as well, and they deserve the resources that they need. To cannabis, I've only just made my mind up on this one, and it was actually a nanny who helped make my mind up. I have always been very, very concerned about the proliferation of any type of drugs, anything that causes harm in our community, often because it has the biggest impact on those that are already vulnerable. I have decided to vote yes for the cannabis referendum, and I have decided that because I consider that cannabis is already available in our community. If you want to access it, you can. So accessibility actually isn't the issue, which is one I was very concerned about. It's really actually how we treat the harms of cannabis and alcohol. So I'm a big advocate for treating the harms that fall from any types of addiction through a health-based approach as opposed to a criminal and a penal-based approach. I also think that with the introduction of the legislation that's been proposed for the cannabis referendum, that it will become the most regulated substance in the country, much more so than alcohol or any other substance. So that means, in my view, it takes a substance out of the hands of gangs or whomever else, an environment that we can't regulate as easily, and it makes it something that we control, we regulate, and we exercise who can and can't distribute. So on those grounds, as a consequence of a very powerful conversation with a nanny, but also, of course, all the research that I've been put into this over quite a long period of time, I'm voting yes.
And you spent lockdown with your family in Edgecombe, right? What was your favourite moment there?
Okay, so I became the maestro. Two things. The maestro in making a 3-year-old, every single day we would make new kind of mazes and hurdle obstacle courses. So that, yeah, I feel like I'm a bit of an expert in being able to do that. And two, I was on the COVID epidemic response committee, and so which meant I was being live streamed basically to the country every single day. So my outfit choices of some form of shorts and jandals with a nice business up, like a good shirt, a very eloquent, a very appropriate jacket, but always with stubbies and either jandals or something of the likes.